G20 versus
G40 10mm Glock. Welcome back to Hunting God's Country. I'm Jason.
I'm Cal.
And today we are going to compare the G20 and the G40. For starters, the G40 is a Gen 4, and it does have an MOS cut on here so you can put an optic on it, which I have done. This is a hollow sun, and it also has a 6.02 inch barrel.
The G20 is a Gen 5, but also is the MOS model with the different plates, and you can put different optics on it. I have a hollow sun 407C on here.
And my hollow sun is an SCS green dot.
The G20 has a 4.61 inch barrel. But the cool thing about both guns, not only are they both 10 millimeters, but also they both take the same 15 round magazine. They are interchangeable.
They both shoot the exact same load, but mine's longer. Let's jump into the testing. We got a bunch of fun stuff to try today.
Like these mosquitoes.
Bang, bang.
In order to make this a fair and accurate test, we're going to be using the same ammunition through both guns. Today, that is going to be a 180 grain full metal jacket from AAC. So we're going to see if 1.4 inches makes any difference in velocity. I'm going to start with the G20 with the 4.61 inch barrel. Going to be shooting through our chronograph and see how fast they actually are. See if 1.5 inches actually makes any difference. 1,148.
All right, now let's give it a try with the 6-inch barrel, 6.02.
$1,244.
Okay, so for a baseline, now we know that the Model 40 with the longer barrel is actually going 96 feet per second faster than the Model 20. Same ammunition, same caliber, shooting the same load, just a slightly different barrel length makes that much difference. So now let's put it to a test and see what kind of penetration we can get with it.
Next up, we're going to do a penetration test. I have 11 half-inch sheets of OSB all spaced out with a 2x4 in between. And we're going to see how far a 180 grain 10 millimeter will penetrate between the 4.61 inch barrel of the G20 and the 6.02 inch barrel out of the G40. Well, it shot chunks of OSB all over the place.
Sure did.
Just below my aim mark. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Oh, it went through 9. There's the whole slug. Oh, wait, that's 10. This is 11. Oh, yeah, it went through 9 and 10. Yep, this is 10. There's the slugs down there, so it went through 10. Okay, well, there it is. 10 millimeter slug in between number 10 and 11. So let's see if the G40 will go through all 11 with the 6.02 inch barrel.
I also shot a little bit low, but I was doing that on purpose because of my angle to make sure I hit to this shorter board. I saw a lot of stuff fly.
Yeah.
Did we make it all the way? Oh, I don't think we did.
Maybe. There's some pushed out here.
Oh.
It's got a dent.
What's this? Is that my bullet right there?
Nope. There's 2 inside here.
Oh, no kidding.
That must be one of them.
From something else.
Something else.
Okay.
There's 2 bullets in here in the same cavity. There's yours.
Okay.
And mine is right there, side by side.
So I guess the barrel length does not make a difference, and that extra velocity doesn't make a difference on the penetration effect of it. Now, like I said, exact same ammo. So we were both using the exact same round. So
same distance. We're shooting from the same distance.
Same distance, same spots with everything, with the chronograph and with this, just to make sure that everything is as even as it can be. And I guess we picked the exact correct number of sheets of plywood to use, because we were going to do about 20, and we got to 11 and said, well, let's just give that a try, and that worked out perfect. So 10 millimeter, 180 grain, full metal jacket, American Ammo Corp, goes through 10 sheets of half-inch OSB.
Spaced 1.5 inches apart.
Spaced 1.5 inches apart. That's pretty impressive, though.
I want to see.
There's a whole lot of shrapnel in between all of these.
Yeah, there is.
It made quite a mess of.
If either of them did any damage to the last one. Well, actually, yeah, yours did. Yours, the G40 pushed this out quite a bit. I don't know if you can see on camera real well. It bubbled the backside of this OSB. The 20, that was already there. The 20 didn't. The 20 did nothing to the backside of this number 11.
So the 40 may have a minute edge on energy. Just enough to... Oh yeah, I see the hole down here too where mine went.
Yeah, yours went lower.
Yours was up. Yours was up high here. Yeah, so that bump, that big bump there is from the 40. So it did push out a little bit harder on that 11th board, but it did not penetrate it. It came back and was captured. So,
but it did slightly more than the G20. Slightly.
Slightly more. It just an edge. So when it comes to self-protection and large game hunting, because we use the 10 millimeters here for bear, the difference between the 20 and the 40 is minute enough that you probably would not ever know the difference.
Now we're going to do a recoil comparison between the G20 with a 4.61 inch barrel and the G40 with a 6.02 inch barrel. See how much of a recoil difference there is in the longer barrel versus the short barrel. Starting with the G20. So in order to make this even more fair, we took the flashlight off of the G40. I just recognized that was on there and it's got a lot of front end weight. So we took that off to make it as close as we can to the G20. I think the recoil was more manageable with the 6-inch barrel as opposed to the 4.5 inch. 4.61 inch, 6.02 inch if you want to be real specific technical, but I believe the G40 does have less recoil with the field. Now that's just how I feel. Let's look at some numbers. So with the G20, I had about 4 to 4.5 inches of upward travel from the recoil. With the G40, I also had about 4 to 4.5 inches of upward travel from the recoil. That didn't seem to be any different between the two. The 1.4 inch difference in barrel length appears to not matter in terms of recoil. So the results of the recoil test proved to be zero difference, the exact same. So we have one more test. We're going to try long distance shooting. So the 10 millimeter is a hunting cartridge. I know a lot of people carry the G20 when they're going through bear country. I also do because we have bears in our woods. I carry it for bear protection. So we're going to see if we can hit that silhouette gong downrange with our 10 millimeters. We're at about 50 yards here.
No!
There.
He took it down.
It does work.
Not entirely sure that the barrel's the difference, but let's see what happens. But as a father and son duo, I think we shoot pretty well. That was a lot of fun.
So is the G20 or the G40 any better? Well, today's results didn't really determine anything was better than the other. I mean, there's a little bit more velocity, of course, out of the
G40 with the 6.02 inch barrel. But ultimately, they perform almost identical. The ammunition we were using, the same, performed almost identical, and we can both hit a gong at 50 yards with our green dot sights. So tell us down in the comments below which one you love the best. What do you have? What do you shoot? What are you looking to shoot? Etc. Because these are wonderful guns. I love the Glock platform. They're wonderful to shoot. They're accurate. And, you know, 10 millimeters, just a super slick round. Just love them.
One of my favorite rounds.
Lots of variety in them, too. We have 200 grain barrel loads, lots of other stuff available. So, with that said, thanks for watching Christmas in July. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe bell button and the notification bell so that you get notified when our next video comes out, because there's a brand new one every day all the way through July 25th, and you definitely don't want to miss the last video on the 25th. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that like button. Thank you all for joining us. Love and appreciate you all. And as always,
shoot straight. Keep the fire going.